Hello children, good morning. Welcome for today's biology class. So today we are going to start the chapter Animal Kingdom. So today we are going to learn basis of classification. What are the basis of classification in animals? So first we have to see regarding the arrangement of cells, then body symmetry, nature of coelom. Coelom is the body cavity that is seen between two mesodermal layers. Then patterns of digestive, circulatory and reproductive systems. So these are the main basis of classification used in animal kingdom. So first let us see regarding the levels of organization. All members do not exhibit the same pattern of organization of cells. In sponges, cells are loosely arranged. So they exhibit cellular level of organization. They don't have organs or organ system. Only they have cells, and the cells are aggregated together to form sponge. So this level of organization you call that a cellular level. There is division of labor among the cells. Means few cells are allotted for few work and some other cells for some other work. When you study porifera, there we will study detailedly. Okay. So now next one regarding coelentrates. So coelentrates, the cells are arranged to form tissue. So here they show tissue level of organization. Okay. In Platyhelminthes and other higher phyla, they exhibit organ level of organization. Okay. So organ, then into organ system also will be there. So in annelids, arthropods, mollusks, echinoderms, chordates, they exhibit organ system level of organization. So like that, in the level of organization, cellular level, then it can be tissue level or organ level or organ system level. The organ system in different groups of animals, they exhibit the pattern of complexities. They show digestive system, circulatory system, like that they show various type of systems. When you see the complete system, one system, if you take digestive system for example, it consists so the different type of organs present. For example, if you take digestive system, it has two openings. So one will be mouth, the other will be anus. Okay. So in the case of some organisms, so it will be tube within tube body plan. So what is meant by tube within tube body plan? If they have mouth and anus, you call that as tube within tube body plan. In some organisms like Coelentrata and all, only mouth will be there, and the mouth, that is they will take food through that also, and they will they excrete also through the same opening. So it looks like a sac. For example, inside a bag, you will put also through the same mouth, and you will take out also through the same mouth. The same way, in the case of Coelentrata, they show that type of body plan. Okay. So now let us see regarding the circulatory system. The circulatory system is of two types. It is open type or closed type. So open type means, so here there is no well defined heart and other organs and all, means artery and veins. It is not like that, and all the tissues they are directly bathed upon. So that you call that as open type. In closed type of circulatory system, the blood is circulated through a series of vessels. Okay, arteries, veins, capillaries, like that it will be there. We have closed type of circulatory system. For example, the circulatory system. Next one, let us see regarding symmetry. Symmetry, in case of sponges, they show asymmetry because we cannot cut the sponge into equal halves. That you call that as asymmetry. So when next one is radial symmetry. In radial symmetry, in any plane you can cut the organism into two identical halves. That you call that as radial symmetry. In Coelentrata, Ctenophora and echinoderms, you see starfish and all coming under echinoderm only, they show radial symmetry. When the body can be divided into identical right and left halves, okay, in any only one plane, not in any other plane, only in one plane. So then you call that as bilateral symmetry. Example, Annelida, Arthropoda, and we also coming under bilateral symmetry only. Only in a single plane we can cut into equal halves. Like that symmetry, it can be asymmetry or radial symmetry or bilateral symmetry. And next one, let us see regarding the body layers. According to the layers, the organism can be diploblastic or triploblastic organisms. So diploblastic organisms, they have 2 embryonic layers, and in the case of triploblastic organism, 3 embryonic layers will be there. Okay, so 3 embryonic layer means ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm, like that 3 will be there. So 2 embryonic layer means they have the external ectoderm and the internal endoderm. Example, coelentrates are coming under this category, that is Hydra, sea anemone are coming under this category. So then in between the ectoderm and endoderm, there will be one unidentified layer that we call that as mesoglia. Okay, mesoglia. Then in as no, we are coming under higher category, we have the third layer, mesoderm, in between the ectoderm and endoderm. Okay, when it is there, that is triploblastic organisms. Example, Platyhelminthes to chordates, all are coming under this category. All are triploblastic organisms. They have 3 layers. So you can see the distinct layers. This is ectoderm, okay, and the inner layer you call that as, that is no, endoderm, and the middle layer, what it has been given in pink color, it is coming under no, mesoglia, because there is the cell, no, it is not clear. We can see this type of category in Hydra and all, that is Coelentrata. They are known as diploblastic organism. In triploblastic organism, you can see the 3 layers clearly, the cellular layer, outside ectoderm, then inner side, no, there will be inner side, that is endoderm, and the endoderm, then later you can see the endoderm is the inner layer, okay, inner one layer, and this is no mesoderm, and the outer layer you call that as ectoderm. Like that you can see 3 layers, it is coming under triploblastic category. Next one, let us see regarding coelom. So coelom means what? That is no, the cavity, the body cavity which is lined by mesoderm, that call that as coelom. Here you can see here what is given in orange color, no, that is mesoderm. In between 2 mesodermal layers, one cavity is there, that you call that as what? Coelom. Okay. So in the case of other animals, so here the cavity is not fully there. So fully here also the cavity is not there. Maybe the inner cavity is there. The cavity what you have to see, that is no, in between 2 mesodermal layers, it is the coelom. In this one we can see the coelom, what it has been given in orange color, no, that is mesodermal layer. Example, so where can you see the coeloms, no? The coeloms can be seen in Annelida, Mollusca, Arthropoda, Echinodermata, Hemichordata, Chordata, all are coming under this category. In some animals, the body cavity is not lined by mesoderm, but the mesoderm is present as scattered pouches. What is seen here in this way, it can be seen as scattered pouches. So when it is like that, you call that a pseudocoelomate. Example, Aschelminthes are coming under this category. Next one, that is acoelomate. When there is no coelom, when the body cavity is absent, that you call that as no, acoelomate. Okay, so here when you observe, in some organisms, no, there won't be any coelom. So here there is no coelom. In mesodermal layer is tightly packed. Okay, what is given in orange color, there is no cavity, that you call that as acoelomate. So acoelomate organisms are no, example is Platyhelminthes. Okay, so next one, let us study regarding segmentation. In some animals, the body is no, externally and internally divided into segments. So this type of segments you call that as metamerism. Example, earthworm is coming under this category. We can see, no, there is segmentation over earthworm, you must have observed, and that segmentation will go internally also. So this type of segmentation we call that as metameric segmentation. Okay, the next is notochord. So notochord is mesodermally derived rod-like structure. It is formed on the dorsal side during embryonic development. Dorsal side means back portion. You have spinal cord, no, vertebral column, inside the vertebral column, spinal cord is there. The vertebral column, no, at the embryonic stage, so it will be under notochord condition. So it can present in either embryonic stage or so it can be present throughout the life. For us, we shown a notochord during embryonic condition. So now the notochord is converted into vertebral column for us. The animals with notochord are called chordates. You call the animal as chordates. And the animals which do not have this structure, you call that as non-chordates. Okay, so like that. So non-chordates and chordates. We can classify the organism into chordata and non-chordata. So porifera to echinoderms are coming under non-chordates, okay, because they don't have notochord. So now let us see the entire classification, how it has been done on the basis of different levels. The first we have seen regarding levels of organization, that is cellular level and tissue, organ system level. Cellular level, the porifera is coming under. Okay, under tissue or organ system, no. So once again the symmetry we consider. Radial symmetry, under that coelenterata and ctenophora are coming under. Bilateral symmetry, and here once again we are dividing into three categories on the basis of coelom, whether acoelomate, pseudocoelomate or coelomate. Okay, acoelomates, platyhelminthes have been separated, and pseudocoelomate, ascalminthus, and with true coelom, no, coelomate, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata, chordata are coming under. Okay, so on the basis of levels of organization, symmetry, body cavity or coelom, so different phylum of animal kingdom it has been classified. Okay children, hope you must have understood. So we will meet in the next class.